Hey there, I'm Joey, and today I'm back with another marvelous video. Batman, also known as Bruce Wayne the Billionaire, has every resource he needs to fund his superhero career. This includes the various gadgets and vehicles he uses to make up for his lack of superpowers. Every DC comic book fan has at least once been jealous of the different rides that our beloved Guardian of Gotham owns. Most of us might have wondered how many vehicles does Batman really have when we saw the scene from the 2018 animated movie Teen Titans Go to the movies. The hilarious scene shows Batman chasing the Teen Titans with his various vehicles as the Teen Titans destroy each one. It made us laugh when he ended up on the back of Alfred Pennyworth, his trusty butler, as they chased the Teen Titans. So, let us take a look at all the vehicles that the Caped Crusader owns and uses. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. The Bat. Let us start off the list with a ride that is familiar to all the fans of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy. The vehicle, which is nicknamed the Bat by Lucius Fox, who was the research head of Wayne Enterprises' Applied Science Division and then promoted to run Wayne Enterprises by Bruce Wayne, had a long and uninteresting name designated to it by the company. Lucius Fox describes the vehicle as an urban helicopter-type vehicle that was designed for the military to navigate between buildings in an urban setting. The Bat was commissioned by the Army and reacquired by Lucius Fox, as he wanted to bring all the prototypes designed by Wayne Enterprises under one roof, his roof, to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. The Bat has a lot of features, but Lucius Fox highlights that the vehicle does not have an autopilot that functions properly. The Bat made its first appearance on the big screen in the third installation of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy, The Dark Knight Rises. The Bat is seen being used by Batman to rescue the city of Gotham, which Bane and his gang of hooligans were terrorizing. It is definitely a badass vehicle that suits the broody defender of Gotham City. Batmobile. Now it is time for one of the most iconic vehicles that have made an appearance in the media. The Batmobile has different versions of it being portrayed over the years in various movies of the Caped Crusader. The Batman had various actors take up the mantle, ranging from Lewis Wilson to Robert Pattinson. Each time an actor took up the role of the masked vigilante of justice that cleaned up the shady streets of Gotham City, the Batmobile was reborn into a newer and more powerful version of its predecessor. Batman, 1989. In the 1989 Batman movie, Michael Keaton is seen driving the Batmobile, which is outfitted with a grappling hook, disc projectile, and bomb launchers. The Batmobile had a jet turbine engine with its max speed of 530 km per hour. Of course, that is using the booster which is installed in it. The Batmobile's weaponry included two Browning M1919 30 caliber machine guns fitted onto the front of the vehicle. It also had armor plating, which was resistant to most ammunition from firearms. But for the more heavy-duty firepower, there was an additional mode called Cocoon Mode that deployed additional armor layers to provide extra protection. The Batmobile from Tim Burton's Batman movies were designed by Julian Caldrow, who did the illustrations, and Keith Short, who sculpted the final body. Batman 1966. In the 1966 version of Batman, played by Adam West, he was seen driving a Batmobile that was based on a concept car called the Lincoln Futura that was designed by Ford. Eddie Stakes handled the illustrations for the Batmobile, while George Barris built the gadget-filled vehicle. The Batmobile had Batman and Robin seats assigned, while also being outfitted with Bat gadgets such as anti-theft and anti-fire alarms, a Bat glove box, Bat dust that was designed explicitly for the Batmobile, a Bat lever for quick parachute deployment, a Batmobile parachute pickup service signal to pick up the parachute which was deployed, a Bat magnet, a Bazooka, a Bat ray, a Bat radar, a Bat phone, ultrasonic recorder, a Bat scope, a Bat laser beam, a Bat deflector, which would lead enemies that were tracking the Batmobile to a fake location, and of course, we cannot forget safety measures, a Bat safety belt. The Batmobile was bulletproof and had a spacious boot, which was perfect for all of Batman's crime-fighting needs. Batman Forever. In the 1995 Batman Forever movie, starring Val Kilmer, the Batmobile played a vital role as it was Batman's main mode of transportation. The Batmobile was powered by a Chevy 350 ZZ3 high-performance motor with a high-temperature epoxy fiberglass laminate body. Sadly, this version of the Batmobile was destroyed in an attack by the Riddler on the Batcave. The Batmobile was replaced by a single-seater car. Tim Flattery was the one who designed the vehicle, which was inspired by H.R. Giger's biomechanical aesthetic. Batman Animated Series. The first appearance of the Batmobile in the animated series, called The Batman, was a sports car type speedster with a bunch of jet exhausts stuck in the back of the car. The Batmobile had a powerful engine along with a turbo booster, which gave the car some serious horsepower, but this horsepower was not enough to take down his speedy enemies. So Batman installed a power generator that Wayne Enterprises created into the newer version of the Batmobile. Batman was extremely satisfied with the power that the new engine provided him and took down his enemies. Another version of the Batmobile that made an appearance on the show was a tank-style Batmobile, which could withstand multiple gunfires without getting a scratch on it. People might be reminded of the Batmobile from the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight trilogy, which also looked like a tank. The Batman. The 2022 Batman movie, starring Robert Pattinson, saw an appearance of an armor-plated muscle car version of the Batmobile. The Batmobile is based on a Dodge Charger with a repurposed jet engine fitted onto it, along with a reinforced front bumper that doubled as a battering ram. The car also had bulletproof resistance and was used by Batman to pursue criminals on the streets of Gotham City. The Batmobile used by Batman in the film is rumored to be the same car used by Bruce Wayne during his teenage years, before he took up the mantle of the Caped Crusader. The armored muscle car was initially designed by Ash Thorpe, who made a detailed computer render. Matt Reeves worked on the rest of the car's production, along with a few crew members of the film set. Tumbler from the Dark Knight trilogy. The tank-like vehicle that Batman used in Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy was a prototype designed for the military that could traverse every terrain with little difficulty. Interesting, isn't it? The heavily armored vehicle had different modes that could be seen. Christian Bale's Batman can be seen using the attack mode, which had him go into different driving position that offered extra protection from the added layers of armor and more maneuverability for the twisty streets of Gotham City. Another interesting aspect of this vehicle was that the Tumbler could be remotely controlled by Batman. Bane and his gang of hooligans take over a few tumblers and use them to terrorize the city in The Dark Knight Rises. The Tumbler, which was later renamed as the Batmobile, has a multitude of gadgets and weaponry fitted onto it. The front of the Batmobile had 2 machine guns, while the rear of the car was capable of releasing explosives to take out pursuing enemies. The Batmobile was equipped with a 5.7-liter GM engine that provided it with a tremendous amount of horsepower. Combined with the jet engine and vector controls, the Batmobile was capable of making vertical jumps without the need for a ramp. The car also had a built-in fire safety system because of the gasoline used as fuel for the jet engine. The Batmobile also had a stealth mode, which rendered it difficult to spot, especially during the night. The Batmobile, also known as the Tumbler, was designed for the movie series by Nathan Crowley and Christopher Nolan. Flying Fox. The Flying Fox was an airplane that was constructed by Bruce Wayne, also known as Batman, as a vehicle for transporting troops. The Justice League primarily used it to carry themselves to wherever the fight was occurring. The aeroplane was a 3-storied flight that had an impressive array of weapons that could do some severe damage, as demonstrated by Batman in the battle against Steppenwolf. The brilliant scientists at Wayne Aerospace put their minds together for this ambitious project, but were stumped at cracking the method to give it flight. The project was discontinued due to a lack of progress, but was taken up by Bruce Wayne, who eventually completed its construction. In the Zack Snyder cut version of the Justice League movie, it was revealed that Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne, was the one who developed the Flying Fox. A genius inventor himself, Thomas Wayne had created the Flying Fox for the purposes of the military and even had a prototype built, but the prototype was never completed, and Bruce Wayne eventually stumbled upon it and decided to redesign the Flying Fox to suit his needs. Riot Tank Batmobile. The Riot Tank Batmobile was a creation of Frank Miller and made its first and only appearance in Dark Knight No. 2. The Riot Tank Batmobile was built by Batman in order to efficiently deal with the mobs of rioters during Gotham City's period of extreme violence. It was designed as a proper tank that functioned on every ground terrain and even had caterpillar tracks. The turrets of the tank fired rubber ammunition instead of the usual tank ammunition to kill the rioting people. The purpose of the Riot Tank Batmobile was to disperse the crowds of angry people and suppress them, not cause them harm. The Riot Tank Batmobile was created by Batman during the years he was active as the Guardian of Gotham City and before his forced retirement happens. The creation of Frank Miller has left a deep impact on the readers and has inspired many of the Batmobiles that have succeeded it. It was definitely a worthy predecessor. Batcycle. The Batcycle was a vehicle that Batman preferred to use if his primary mode of transportation, which is the Batmobile, was unavailable to use due to some damage or destruction. The first Batcycle in comic books were used by Batwoman, Batgirl, and other female members of the Bat family. The Caped Crusader eventually builds a Batcycle for himself after witnessing the usefulness of the vehicle. Batwoman was the one who designed and created the first Batcycle that appeared in comic books, and she used it for her activities as a crime fighter. The Batcycle used by Batman was more suited for driving off-road due to its its tough build and sturdy nature. The 2022 Batman movie starring Robert Pattinson shows that the personification of vengeance prefers the motorcycle to navigate the streets of Gotham, as it provided more stealth compared to the loud and huge Batmobile. The Batcycle was capable of shooting darts of different varieties and tracking chips that could trace the locations of enemies, which makes locating them easier. The Batcycle also had a grappling hook attached to it that could be launched onto buildings for a quick escape. Most of the appearances of the Batcycle in comic books are related to Batwoman or Batgirl. They could be seen using the motorbike to get to crime scenes or fights quicker than Batman and his Batmobile, a quick vehicle that makes it easier to get to where the action is taking place. Bat Ski Boat, another member of the arsenal of vehicles used in the Batman Returns movie starring Michael Keaton. The Bat Ski Boat is a vehicle used on water by the world's greatest detective, Batman, to navigate the sewers of Gotham City when he was in search of the Penguin's base. The Bat Ski Boat had similar capabilities to that of the Batmobile, as in that it could be used as a battering ram and was outfitted with gadgets such as sonar, radio, radars, signal jammers, signal-altering equipment, and even torpedo launchers. It has great destructive power, which was demonstrated by the Caped Crusader and his attack on the lair of the Penguin. The Bat Ski Boat was not used again in the movie by Batman, aka Michael Keaton, due to the damage it sustained in the attack. It was such a shame, as it was truly an amazing vehicle in Batman's arsenal. There was a total of 2 Bat Ski Boats designed and created for the movie, but due to weight restrictions on the stunts to be performed, one of the Bat Ski Boats was not used in the filming. A custom-made watercraft was designed by Jacques Ray for the movie, and it turned out to be a stunner. Batboat. It is time to take a look at the Caped Crusader's personal vehicle for use on water. The Batboat was designed by Bill Finger, who was a writer, and Jerry Robinson, who did the artwork for it, and it first appeared in Batman issue number 5. The top speed of the boat was 120 miles per hour, and it was equipped with state-of-the-art navigation and communication systems. The Batboat was also capable of submerging underwater and could go up to 12 hours underwater due to its life support systems. The weapon system of the Batboat was top-notch, with heat-seeking torpedoes that could target an enemy's vehicle propulsion systems, along with various explosive devices. The Batboat also had a harpoon capable of piercing armor, as well as a launching grapnel that was also used as an anchor. The Batboat was first used in the 1966 Batman movie, which was designed by Mel Whitley and Robert Hammond, and inspired from a Glastron V-174. Another version of the Batboat is shown in Batman Forever, which has Val Kilmer as the Caped Crusader. The Batboat in Batman Forever is shown to be driven by Robin when it is attacked and destroyed by the combined efforts of the Riddler and Two-Face. The Batboat, designed by Tim Flattery, was similar in appearance to the Batmobile created by him for the movie. It also fit the biomechanical theme that was inspired by H.R. Giger and was based on a jet-powered cigarette boat. The Batboat also makes an appearance in Batman, the animated series. Batwing, a sophisticated piece of machinery that was created by Batman to aid in his aerial battles and transportation. Batwing was also known as the Batplane to the citizens of Gotham City. The aerial vehicle was stored in the Batcave upside down, just like a bat, when it was not used by the Caped Crusader. While the Bat theme must be followed, the Batwing in the Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice movie was fitted with twin-jet engines and 2 Gatling guns for its offensive capabilities. The Batwing could also be remotely controlled for surveillance purposes, which was thanks to its amazing equipment that could track criminals and investigate them. The Batwing can travel at supersonic speeds and has an extensive amount of armor to shield it from heavy gunfire. The $97 million worth superplane was seen in action in the battle against Doomsday and in the rescue of Superman's adoptive mother, Martha Kent. The Batwing can also be controlled from the Batcave by Alfred Pennyworth, Batman's trusty butler, should the need for it ever arise. Matt Codd designed the Batwing that made an appearance in the Batman Forever movie, which had the pet detective Ace Ventura, also known as Jim Carrey, take on the role of the Riddler. Batman is seen using the Batwing to travel to the lair of the Riddler to stop him and Two-Face and reassure Commissioner Jim Gordon, who was panicking near the bat signal. A thumbs up from the Batman achieves this. We wish we could have the same reassurance in life. This piece of amazing machinery sadly met its end after an attack from the Riddler destroyed it. But not to worry, Julian Caldro and Greg Morgan created another Batwing for Tim Burton's version of Batman. The Batwing, which was piloted by Michael Keaton's Batman, had 2 GE M134 miniguns mounted on the sides, along with 4 missile launchers fitted onto the wings. It also had multiple lasers installed and an all-purpose grabbing arm. That sounds like something Archimedes would have put in. The all-purpose arm, both the machine guns and missile launchers. The name Batwing came from the head of Sam Hamm, who made drafts for the movie. Tim Burton wanted a unique name other than Batplane for his film. It makes sense when you realize that the Batmobile is also never mentioned by name in the series. The bat-shaped plane is a huge part of Batman's arsenal of vehicles. Nightcrawler. Do not worry, folks. Batman has not decided to follow in the steps of our radioactive spider-themed superhero from Marvel Comics. Even though the Nightcrawler, which is also known as the Crawler, looks like a spider, that is because its functions and requirements needed it to be spider-like rather than bat. The Nightcrawler was another one of Thomas Wayne's genius inventions made for military purposes that was used by his son, Bruce Wayne, to aid in his fight against the criminal underworld of Gotham City. An original vehicle that was created just for the 2017 Justice League film by Patrick Tatopoulos, the Nightcrawler had treads and spikes on its appendages so that it could easily traverse terrains and climb walls. The heavy weapon arsenal of the Nightcrawler enabled Batman to be an active member in the fight against the alien invasion on Earth. The Gatling guns and side-mounted missile launchers made quick work of the aliens that threatened Earth. The Nightcrawler was remotely operated by Alfred Pennyworth to Batman's location where the odds were against him in the battle with the aliens that came along with Steppenwolf. Ace, the Blade Wolf. A badass wolf that can transform into a motorbike? Where have we seen that before? Ace the Blade Wolf is a part of the Bumbershoot Mechanics Cyber Animals line that was used by the Penguin in his nefarious plans. It was subdued by Batman and reprogrammed to be one of his vehicles and allies. Ace the Blade Wolf is an agile robot that can maneuver itself through tight spaces with ease. Ace the Blade Wolf made its first appearance in Batman Unlimited Animal Instincts, which is based on Mattel's Batman Unlimited Blade Wolf action figure. Ace the Blade Wolf took its name from Ace the Bat Hound, a member of the Bat family. The Blade Wolf was originally designed to work as a search and rescue specialist robot that would be able to go into areas that humans would have trouble getting into and carry out rescue operations. But the robot was reprogrammed to carry out evil schemes by supervillains. Batman's rescue and subsequent reprogramming made Ace the Blade Wolf a part of the heroes again. Batpod, an escape mechanism that is built into the tumbler, which is the Batmobile from the Dark Knight trilogy. The Batpod is the Dark Knight's version of the Batcycle. The Batpod is a vehicle that provides more advanced range of motion while sacrificing armor protection. The Batpod was designed by Nathan Crowley and Christopher Nolan for the movie. It first makes an appearance in the film, where the Joker severely damages the tumbler and Batman activates the self-destruct option. The weapon systems of the Batpod contains 2 gun turrets that are powerful enough to blow through concrete walls, as demonstrated by Selina Kyle, who is also known as Catwoman in the Dark Knight Rises film. It is also equipped with grappling hooks that can be launched onto buildings or other objects. The wheel system grants the Batpod the ability to drive sideways and turn the chassis upside down when it is not in the correct position. The powerful engine of the Batpod is situated in the humongous wheels of the escape vehicle rather than the frame of the motorbike, so that it can have more significant movement. The Batpod is seen being used by Christian Bale's Batman and Selina Kyle, who was played by Anne Hathaway in the film The Dark Knight Rises. Batplane, the creation of Gardner Fox, who wrote it, and Sheldon Meldoff, who did the artwork, made its first appearance in Detective Comics number 32. The Batplane was the brainchild of Bruce Wayne after he decided to use the massive resources he had at his disposal. Bruce Wayne used the technology and resources of Wayne Aerospace to create vehicles to aid in the crime fighting of his alter ego, Batman. The earlier versions of the Batplane were a hybrid mix of a fighter jet and a helicopter. The Batplane was equipped with a crime lab that was further equipped with everything the world's greatest detective would require to solve the extensive crimes. The aircraft was stored in the Batcave at Wayne Manor, but repeated sightings of the vehicles would have blown his secret known as Batman. So, Bruce Wayne decided to keep the vehicles with the Wayne Aerospace Division and lend the vehicles to Batman as necessary, thus protecting his identity. At various altitudes, parts of the Batplane would retract to better adjust to the conditions. The current Batplane is a modified version of the Slipstream designed by Wayne Enterprises. Even though Bat-themed aerial vehicles have made an appearance in movies such as Batman Forever and Batman, as well as several animated shows, the Batplane from the comics was not represented as present in the comics. Bat Missile. The Bat Missile made an appearance in Michael Keaton, starring Batman Returns, as an escaped vehicle built into the Batmobile. The Bat Missile was designed by Jacques Ray and is used by the Batman to get out of tricky situations. The Bat Missile has a maximum speed of 530 km per hour, which is thanks to its jet turbine engine and high-octane special fuel. The armored plated body of the Bat Missile is reminiscent of a bullet train and is formed when the additional layers of the Batmobile are removed. The Bat Missile is used by Batman to make a speedy escape from the police of the Gotham City Police Department that were chasing him. He escapes to the Batcave after he drives the Batmissile through a narrow opening that the cops could not get through. Batcopter. Well, now it is time for the Bat-themed helicopter to make an appearance. The Batcopter was created by Bill Finger and Dick Sprang and made its first appearance in Detective Comics number 171. The notorious villain, Penguin, was the one who first came up with the idea for a Bat-themed helicopter. His motivation was to mock Batman, as the helicopter was designed in the actual shape of a bat that had helicopter blades on top of it. Batman used the Batcopter to track criminals in order to keep a bat eye on them. In case of emergencies, the Batcopter often was piloted by Alfred Alfred Pennyworth to assist the dynamic duo of Batman and Robin. The Batcopter had most of the equipment that other Bat-themed vehicles owned by Batman had fitted, with the addition of a state-of-the-art surveillance equipment and sleeping gas. Do not look at us, we found it weird too. The Batcopter also had a direct radio connection with the Gotham City Police Department. Bat Rocket. And we move on to the next vehicle owned by Batman. The Bat Rocket was a spaceship used by Batman for his journeys into space. The Bat Rocket, also known as the Bat Ship, made its first appearance in Batman Volume 1, number 59. The Bat Rocket's creation took place after Batman and Robin were transported to the future by a crime-fighting vigilante. In order to assist the crime fighter, the dynamic duo of Batman and Robin built the Bat Rocket. In his adventures with Superman in outer space, Batman uses the Bat Rocket to travel around the galaxy. Bat Glider. Next up on the list is the Bat Glider. Imagine Leonardo da Vinci designed one of his famous hand gliders for Batman and his Bat family. You'll get a solid image of what the Bat Glider looks like. The Bat Glider was designed to be used on missions that required stealth, and using the Batcopter and the Bat plane would not work out. Newer versions of the Bat Glider are seen being incorporated into the cape of the Cape Crusader. The Bat Glider made a huge contribution to the crime-fighting abilities of Batman. Bat Gyro. One of the vehicles with the weirdest name in Batman's arsenal, the Bat Gyro was used by Batman for stealthy operations. The aerial device had an autopilot system that allowed it to hover over locations for a long period of time and fly over a long distance. It also had a ladder installed within it, which was retractable. The Bat Gyro fell into disrepair when Batman started preferring the Bat plane for faster journeys. The hit-and-run types of missions that the Bat Gyro specialized in were also rendered obsolete with the modifications that Batman made to the Bat plane. The Bat Gyro was created by Bob Kane and Gardner Fox and made its first appearance in Detective Comics number 31. Bat Hammer. Moving on, we have a vehicle of Batman that was custom built by him in order to go up against the Battle of Freeze Mobile. When the city of Gotham was terrorized by Mr. Freeze, the Cape Crusader anticipated that he would need a better vehicle to fight against him. So, Batman modified the Batmobile to handle icy and snow-filled terrain, and that is how the Bat Hammer was born. It was coated with ice armor, which was silver in color, that was capable of resisting the freeze blasts generated by Mr. Freeze. Whirly Bat. This one will take on a loop. The Whirly Bat was a single-person helicopter used by Batman and Robin for an advantage in the air while chasing criminals. The dynamic duo of Batman and Robin created the Whirly Bat after they had grasped all the methods of travel they could use. But the Whirly Bats were cursed to get destroyed in every use. They got destroyed in the very first mission that they were used in by the dynamic duo. A multitude of similar incidents, which ends up in the destruction of the Whirly Bats, followed after this. Even after the Whirly Bat was made into a portable version that could fit into the Batmobile, but the curse struck again. Batman installed silencer tack into the Whirly Bat, which made it suitable for stealth missions, but the curse of the Whirly Bat still persisted. Talk about bad luck, these Whirly Bats truly were unlucky. Batarang X. The next Bat-themed vehicle we'll be taking a look at is the Batarang X, which first made an appearance in Detective Comics number 244 and was created by Bill Finger. The red bat-shaped boomerang was a means of transportation for Batman that could be launched from the Batmobile itself, but it was deemed too dangerous as a vehicle by Batman and was kept in storage at the Batcave by the Cape Crusader. Compact. Next up on the list, we have a vehicle that lives up to its name. The Compact first made an appearance in Batgirl, Volume 3, number 19, and was a gift from Batman to Stephanie Brown when she became a member of Batman Incorporated. The purple minicopter was definitely a compact car that had the ability to turn into an even smaller version of the Batmobile. Bat Skiff. Just as we thought we were done with the aquatic vehicles, here comes the Bat Skiff, another member of the Ice Armor series of vehicles owned by Batman. The Bat Skiff was a part of the arsenal that was used in the fight against Mr. Freeze. Robin, the sidekick, was seen manning the Bat Skiff, which was well equipped to handle the frigid temperatures that Mr. Freeze was capable of creating. Bat Blade. The name of this vehicle, owned by Batman, may sound like a weapon that he uses to fight crime. Well, technically he does use this to take down bad guys, as his name indicates, but the person who uses it more than him is Batgirl. The Bat Blade is yet another member of the Ice Armor series of vehicles that were modified by the Cape Crusader to counter the threat of the freezing Mr. Freeze. The sleek motorbike was designed by Harold Belker and has been seen being used by Batgirl on several occasions. Marvelous verdict. The Batman is a beloved figure all over the world because of his intense personality, crime-fighting skills, and amazing gadgets. But what makes him even cooler is his vast collection of vehicles that he uses in his battles against criminals. From the Batmobile and its different versions over the years, to the much more obscure and loopy Whirly birds, each Bat vehicle has a story attached to it. Let us not forget how crazy powerful and destructive each vehicle of the Caped Crusader is. Bruce Wayne definitely used his resources efficiently as the Wayne heir to fund his crime-fighting alter ego. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one and be safe. Thanks, everyone.